Celebrity impersonation scams have become one of the fastest growing fraud categories globally, and victims lost nearly $3 billion to imposter scams in 2024 alone, according to the Federal Trade Commission. Scammers deliberately choose the most recognizable and trusted faces in the world because familiarity overrides skepticism. And when you see someone you admire, your guard comes down instantly. These are the 10 celebrities whose names and faces were weaponized most devastatingly against ordinary people. In the 10th place, Mariah Carey's name became the centerpiece of a charity scam that exposed just how easily trust can be hijacked. Two fraudsters, posing as her representatives, convinced LGBTQ nonprofits that a benefit concert was on the horizon. The charities wired $130,000 in advance payments, money that vanished when the promised event never materialized. According to the Federal Trade Commission, imposter scams like this drained nearly $3 billion from victims in 2024 alone. As one Federal Trade Commission consumer fraud specialist puts it, when a celebrity name is attached, the perceived legitimacy spikes, and a single viral post can funnel thousands of clicks before platforms even flag it. The perpetrators of the Mariah Carey scam were sentenced to federal prison and ordered to pay restitution, but the emotional and financial scars for the targeted charities remain. This case marks the beginning of a countdown that traces how admiration and goodwill can be weaponized, setting the stage for even more invasive and technologically advanced deceptions. Number 9. George Clooney's name took center stage in a romance scam that traveled from Hollywood to Argentina. An Argentinian woman received a series of AI-generated video messages, each featuring a lifelike Clooney pleading for help to fund a supposed divorce. The deepfake's realism was enough to convince her to send nearly $15,000 through a prepaid card, only realizing the deception after the money was gone. This case marks a shift from exploiting public charity to targeting private emotion, using synthetic video to build a false sense of intimacy and urgency. The investigation, documented by IB Times, was handed to the FBI, but the financial and emotional damage for the victim remains. Here, the scam's power lay not in mass appeal, but in the ability of new technology to mimic trust at a personal level, blurring the line between reality and illusion. 8th place, Taylor Swift's image became the centerpiece of a global wave of deepfake giveaway scams. In 2024, thousands of Instagram and TikTok ads featured AI-generated videos and stolen photos of Taylor Swift promoting exclusive kitchenware and fake merchandise. Fans, trusting the familiar face and voice, clicked through and purchased counterfeit products, fueling an estimated $2 million in losses before platforms intervened. Unlike single victim romance frauds, this operation targeted Taylor Swift's entire fan base, turning admiration into a mass market trap. Takedown requests from Taylor Swift's team forced Meta and TikTok to remove the ads, but not before the scam exposed just how quickly celebrity trust can be weaponized for widespread consumer fraud. Number 7. Johnny Depp's name became a lure for scammers who preyed on devoted fans through private messages and fake assistant accounts. In 2023, reports surfaced of imposters posing as Depp's personal staff, requesting repeated small security fees to arrange exclusive calls or meetings. Each payment seemed minor, but the cycle of requests left victims emotionally invested and financially drained. Depp himself issued a public warning, urging fans to ignore any messages asking for money in his name. These scams thrive on parasocial bonds, turning admiration into vulnerability and exploiting the hope of personal connection for profit. Number 6. Keanu Reeves and Kevin Costner have become the faces of a new era in romance fraud, one powered by AI voice cloning and synthetic images. Tens of thousands of takedown requests have flooded platforms as scammers target seniors with deep fake video calls and personalized messages, each crafted to mimic the star's warmth and charm. Victims are lured into believing they've found companionship, only to lose life savings. One case documented a single loss of 830,000 euros. According to the FBI, confidence and romance scams stripped $672 million from Americans in 2024, with those over 60 losing an average of $83,000 each. As one FBI analyst explains, confidence fraudsters weaponize deep fake voice cloning to sound exactly like a loved one. Once trust is breached, the payment request spreads like wildfire. The scale and sophistication of these scams have forced tech companies to remove over 40,000 fake accounts linked to Reeves and Costner alone, yet the emotional damage for victims often runs even deeper. Number 5. Bill Gates became the face of a new wave of YouTube crypto live stream hijacks. Scammers took over legitimate channels, rebranding them with Microsoft-themed names and streaming a slick AI-manipulated video of Gates announcing a so-called Bitcoin giveaway. Viewers were urged to send cryptocurrency to a wallet address, lured by the promise of a 200% return, an advance fee model updated for the blockchain era. Thousands watched in real time, and deposits quickly accumulated. While some media outlets estimated losses as high as $4 million, independent blockchain analysis traced at least tens of thousands of dollars flowing through these scam wallets before the channels were shut down. The funds vanished into mixing services, leaving victims with no recourse. This case marks a turning point. Real-time trust is exploited at scale, and the technical sophistication of these attacks signals a shift from emotional manipulation to industrialized investment fraud. Number 4. Elon Musk's likeness has become a global tool for scammers, blending investment hype with romance promises across continents. In Texas, a victim lost $10,000 after a deepfake Musk video pitched a SpaceX-themed crypto scheme. Meanwhile, in Australia, a similar scam drained $80,000 from a retiree who believed she was joining an exclusive Musk-backed investment group. The adaptability of Musk's brand is on full display in India, where a woman in Mumbai was convinced by AI-generated messages and voice calls that she was destined to marry the tech billionaire, ultimately losing over 1.6 million rupees. In South Korea, police tracked down a ring that used Musk's image to siphon $1.3 million from hopeful investors, promising astronomical returns and even love. These scams thrive in the gaps between jurisdictions, with identical deepfake videos and cloned social profiles spreading from one country to the next. The result is a sprawling, borderless fraud network that exploits trust in technology and celebrity, leaving victims in every corner of the world. Coming to the top 3, Brazil's 2025 crackdown on a deepfake investment ring marked a turning point in the fight against AI-driven celebrity scams. Fraudsters unleashed a wave of Instagram ads featuring synthetic videos of Gisele Bündchen, her voice and image cloned to endorse a high-yield crypto fund and luxury investment platform. The ads, boosted through paid promotions, lured thousands of Brazilians to transfer money via Pix and crypto wallets, with forensic investigators tracing over 20 million reais, about $3.9 million US, through the fraudulent network. In October 2025, federal police raided addresses in São José dos Campos and Porto Alegre, arresting 4 suspects and freezing millions in bank and crypto accounts. Dr. Mariana Silva, the prosecutor, described the operation as Brazil's first large-scale synthetic media bust, with evidence ranging from deepfake content to blockchain-linked transfers. This case not only disrupted a major fraud ring, but also offered a rare dose of hope. With coordinated action and digital forensics, law enforcement can still outpace even the most sophisticated scammers. Number 2. The Brad Pitt case exposes the devastating reach of AI-powered romance scams. In early 2025, a French interior designer identified in court records as Anne L. was drawn into months-long online correspondence with someone she believed was Brad Pitt's mother. The scammers crafted a convincing illusion using deepfake photos and synthetic voice clips, all generated with advanced tools like Stable Diffusion and Resemble AI. Over a series of WhatsApp messages, Anne was persuaded she was helping Pitt fund a charitable foundation and even orchestrate a reunion with his true love. The emotional manipulation was relentless. Anne wired 4 separate payments, totaling 830,000 euros to foreign accounts, believing she was building a future with the Hollywood star. The fallout extended beyond finances. Her marriage collapsed under the strain, and she became the target of online ridicule after the story surfaced in French media. Forensic experts traced the digital evidence to AI-generated likenesses and voice clones that passed basic inspection. French police launched a formal investigation and froze nearly half the stolen funds, but the damage, both financial and personal, remains. As Anne herself said in a televised interview, "You think it can't happen to you until it does. I lost everything: my savings, my marriage, my trust in people." And finally, in first place, Scarlett Johansson stands as the most impersonated celebrity in the world, a symbol of how industrialized and relentless these scams have become. According to McAfee's 2024 Threat Intelligence Report, Johansson's likeness has been used in more fraudulent campaigns than any other public figure, with thousands of deepfake videos and fake endorsements circulating across social media and messaging apps every year. The scale is staggering. Anti-impersonation firm Lotai tracked over 25,000 takedown requests in a single 12-month period, and Johansson herself issued a legal demand after discovering her AI-generated voice was used in an unauthorized product ad. As McAfee's lead threat researcher explains, AI-generated video and audio let scammers produce a 10-second clip that looks and sounds authentic, and they then amplify it via paid social ads that target fans directly. This is no longer a series of isolated incidents. It is a global, structural problem where anyone's voice or face can be weaponized in minutes. To defend against these schemes, always verify endorsements through official channels. Never trust unsolicited messages or investment pitches, and report suspicious content immediately. The FBI warns that once trust is breached, the payment request spreads like wildfire. In this new era, digital trust has become a target, and vigilance is everyone's responsibility. Across all these cases, one pattern stands out. Scammers weaponize celebrity trust to bypass our defenses, now supercharged by AI. The emotional and financial fallout is staggering, with nearly $3 billion lost last year alone. Remember, no real celebrity will ever privately ask you for money or investment.